It's rare for a Cinderella story to continue this deep into a Counter-Strike tournament, but ENCE, they truly are looking magical. NaVi putting up a fight, all the right boxes checked. Simple, most AWP kills, top of the scoreboard. Zeus having impact, it doesn't matter, and I didn't doubt them for a second, I'll tell you that much. ENCE 16-14, they prevail on Train. I'm your host, Machine, and my goodness, so much to talk about. They string together a solid CT side at the end. It's a comeback as well, of course it is. I'm joined by Sean Gares and Sponge. You guys have swapped positions, it's getting me all confused.
Man. Sorry.
Just keeping me guessing, keeping me on my toes, and ENCE keeping NaVi the same.
That was an incredible game by ENCE. They are by far the better team on Train. I'm convinced they lost both pistols. Zeus had a couple clutches there. He had so much impact. They lost an eco early in that first half. And still, they find themselves winning this game 16-14. Simple even had a strong game.
Yeah, I think the hard work was really done for ENCE on that first half, right? They actually had blistering pace. They really took the fight. Even with pistol round, sure, Edward had that ace right there, but they really took the fight in that first half. And to get 7 rounds on Train for their T side, that's phenomenal work right there. It was difficult to close out, and that was, like Sean mentioned, because Simple had a really good second half, right? He was having some really big rounds right there. For them not to crumble and not to fold yet again, I think that storyline's gone now. ENCE have proved, this is them proving right here, right now, that they can play on the big time with no worries whatsoever.
Yeah. Screw the stage, screw the pressure. ENCE just they could be as comfortable as they are in their living room right now.
I think the craziest thing, Chad, is they didn't actually go towards inner on Zeus.
Yeah.
They had so much success at the outer bomb site, and all of their pivotal rounds in that first half came from hitting outside. Ariel, the man on the screen right now, he had a phenomenal end to that first half. The second half kicked off with, Sergey and Alu, them stepping up so big. X7 and Ivy. I mean, everyone just pitched in.
Something, just because we're talking about Ariel, that impresses me is I think he might be one of the few players, Forrest perhaps the second, that's using the M4A1 in the world of orgs. He's the highest rated player in this game.
Look, it might make some sense, the M4A1, if you have the org, right? Because they can complement each other. Certain positions, it can come into play. But Ariel is a player, we're speaking to Natu, especially when we're doing the minors. He was the player who Natu thinks hasn't actually reached his full potential yet, which is the scariest of prospects. For me, having Sergey, the 17-year-old now, I believe he is, playing that level of Counter-Strike in the first half, just poised like that. At 17, I would have been quaking in my boots. So massive props to this kid for a huge game. NaVi are going to be shaken up because it felt like, they're the team who normally does the bullying. It felt this time around they got bullied.
It was 14-10 to NaVi, and you'll see the rest of those highlights, or well, you won't, actually, they're gone now, but they did actually get a string of rounds. I mean, it was 7 back-to-back. I'm just making sure I'm not stupid. Yes, 7 of the last 8 rounds going the way of ENCE. And Alu, of course, on your screens now, in comparison to that of Simple. He was taking some risky fights, but what's so interesting is that this confidence that Alu has, alluded to, pun absolutely not intended, is definitely exuding from the entirety of the team.
Yeah, I mean, everyone is playing with so much confidence. Alu's roaming around on CT side. He has a freedom to, stay at the outside bomb side, go inner. We saw him opping upper where he out-opped Simple that one round late in the game.
The 2v1.
2 seconds left and he goes wide.
Exactly, that peak on the bomb train.
Against Simple.
It's questionable against Simple, but he makes it work. And, you could see him wiping the sweat off his brow after that one. But like I said, Alex, they made a lot of good T plays. And we actually had one that I wanted to demonstrate.
I'd love to see it.
Alrighty, so as I move over to the lovely Telestrator, here's some rounds that we were talking about on the desk. Look, right here, Edward with the ace on the pistol round. Edward with a 2v1 in this situation and some other impact kills in this one. These are players who we don't normally see, bringing in this much, and they won both pistols. So we can clear this away with the round that I actually want to focus on is going to be round number 10, I believe it is. So we can play that one out for everybody. And there's a few things that I want to point out. So as this one plays on in, you can see it's a force buy situation. You can see that they don't have everything to work with. They're going to throw their standard out smokes to make the vision of NaVi obscured. So I'm going to pause it right here. And what I just want you to notice quickly is the fact that we have 1, 2, 3 players all looking towards main and those positions where they could be coming out from. All the attention has been taken at this point. We're going to keep playing this one out, and I want you to focus. It's going to go to Sergey. In his hand, he has this smoke. This would have been used on the left side of Ivy. He puts it out because he knows it's a fast strat, and he pushes through. They barrel through with pace. He's going to make 3 massive kills, which make this round possible. Flash comes in. He's going to trade here with his teammate, gets that opening kill, able to grab the second, picks up the AWP, and this third kill here is the nail in the coffin. That's the round over. Simple has no choice but to save. But that is is the impact that this youngster has brought, and that's one of those big rounds because it was a low-buy round, not a round they were expected to win, Alex.
You've got a CZ, you're against NaVi, you've got a couple of smokes on outside, and you extinguish a molly and charge.
I think the unsung hero of that round is actually Aerial, too, because he goes up to that sandwich smoke and he's spraying his P250 down the lanes, which is basically drawing all the attention towards him and allows those two players, Sergey particularly, to come up Ivy.
But what's so interesting, and I want to make sure we make this abundantly clear, we're risking repeating ourselves here, but we did outline, how does NaVi win Train? How does NaVi win the semi-final? Simple plays well. They get off to a fantastic start. They won both pistols. ENCE, this couldn't be a more justified win.
I will say Electronic had a poor game.
There's something.
That's about all that went wrong for NaVi when I look at this game. I don't understand. They had everything going for them, and they just got outplayed on gun rounds time and time again.
It looked like to me that they were getting tilted towards the end of both halves, right? Their last two gun rounds are really questionable on that T side, and on their CT side, especially when Simple had the auto shotgun. I'm not sure if he was trying to make a statement there or not.
Well, normally, we would, of course, be throwing to actually have an interview with NaVi, but, of course, given the gravity of the situation, they declined to comment, and I don't blame them. You've got potentially an elimination map coming up next, and that map is Dust2. So let's turn our attention to that. I'm sure we could talk about Train for another 30 minutes. But this is a best of 3, and the second, this was NaVi's choice to go to Dust2. Why is that raising some eyebrows, Sean?
I mean, NaVi is just historically not a very strong team on Dust2, Alex. I mean, I think they've won 50% of their last 6, and they're not dropping maps to world-beating teams on Dust2. They're losing maps to North, not Astralis. They're not losing maps to Astralis. So this is easily a map that ENCE can win, which is what I said before this best of 3 started.
Yeah, and I think they're going to have looked at what their issues were. They needed to fix their Dust2 because ENCE's looked weak, especially on that B bomb site on their CT side. They have 2 players there, and it just felt like they're unable to hold it. X7 is someone who I've made a lot of questions with. He would make questionable decisions around the limp smoke that they throw into B. Didn't know which side to play on. Mid to Bs would come in, they'd get sandwiched. But X7 in the last 2 series, well, this map and the last series we saw them play in the quarterfinal, has been amazing, right? He's been making really good decisions. His impact has been on point. So his turnaround could be the key to ENCE taking this map away and winning another series 2-0.
I mean, how did NaVi dig themselves out of this hole? What do we need, Sean?
I mean, you definitely need Electronic to step up big here. Without a doubt, Electronic needs to step up big on this map. We know Simple's going to put up numbers. We don't know how much impact he's going to have. I actually thought he had tons of impact in that last game. He had so many crucial kills coming out of Ivy with the AK. He needs to do more of that on Dust2. It looks like Flamey's actually, stepping up throughout this event. Zeus playing out of his mind.
It sounds like we're running out of potential solutions for this one.
I don't know.
Yeah, okay, our analysts baffled, NaVi confused, and now 1 map away from a grand final. ENCE are doing everything right here in the Spodek. It's the major, the trophy in the center of the stage, and ENCE 1 map away from having a chance to fight for it. Henry, Sado, it's over to you.
The run of all runs, ENCE. Not only styling and taking apart, dismantling other teams, they're capturing every single heart in the audience while they do it. We're starting explosively on Dust2, already some action toward Catwalk, but Edward, he's out mid for NaVi.
This is going to be a fast B split by the looks of things. NaVi sending the bomb in towards the upper tunnel set. It's going to be a couple of kills here. Sergey has to defend and nothing can be done. NaVi look very confident in this round. It's a 5 versus 1 before it even starts. Aerial will do what he can, and that's apparently quite a lot. Almost on for a third there as well. That could have got a little bit dicey for them, but there it is, a clean round for NaVi eventually. 3 will survive. Very fast mid-split coming through towards that B bomb site. Didn't really miss many shots at all, and it is going to be 1-0 on the T side. And remember, Sean did mention out, this is not a map that's historically that good for NaVi in general, and ENCE have had up and down results on it. Sometimes been blown out the water and sometimes absolutely solid. We'll see which team turns up here. They're going to take the eco again in the second round, and it looks like they're rushing middle as they look to challenge anyone who potentially has a scout. There's no one there spotting it, so this could be a problem, but Simple has at least found them now. He's going with the big spray down from T-Spawn, and it looks like the clean sweep will be coming in. Absolutely, 2 very fast rounds.
It's brazen to try and rush up middle, second round against NaVi. I like it though. They're laughing in the face of death. They won't give anything away to NaVi. They'll take every fight they can. Just that pace sends a message. Sure, get the round over with.
Let's get it out of the way.
Yeah, but even still, just to have the balls to do it. If by some chance, some miracle, Simple wasn't inside spawn. They could have actually wrapped around and caught someone off.
And maybe got an AK from it, got a couple of kills, so certainly options there, but Alu has the AWP now. He spots a couple of players heading towards short quickly. This time doesn't nail the shot, but he has got information. He's got teammates ready towards short. That's going to be Aerial. Great M4 player. This time finds the first headshot. He'll deliver pain to the second as well. It's a 5 versus 3 as Edward will salvage what he can towards long.
I feel like we're still in the pistol round, and it's already the first gun. It's the third already, and Aerial turning it around for ENCE fights to a catwalk before they even had any sort of map control at long. That's how quickly that battle ensued. Simple will hold in the pit at this point in time.
I don't mind that from NaVi though, trying to keep that fast pace up, and you know the buy is going to be low. They won't have incendiaries, but it's Aerial, who's one of the few players using the M4A1S still. Zeus will make his way towards the B tunnels. They're completely separated at this point. One in the pit, one top of middle, and one in the B tunnels.
But this is a bit of a riddle. It's meant to entertain because Zeus wants to be the loyal apostle. He'll go in, try and take the bait. If they rotate across, Simple's got bomb at long. He just wants to sneak in and get a bomb plant down and clutch the round himself. They're putting a lot of faith in him to do so. Aerial still waiting on Cat, has Edward to deal with. That would be his third kill if he finds it. But Simple is getting closer. He needs a little bit of a distraction. He needs a little help now. Flash, Aerial. He saw it coming. He read it well. Simple starts off the first. But Aerial gets one back. Simple, he's tagged to 4. One single shot, and Alexi's forced him off the angle. 29 seconds left, and Simple, he's going to be left fighting for his life to keep the AK. It might even be an ace for Aerial because he's rushing out catwalk to greet him, and it won't be hard. With this HP, Simple's just hurt enough to slow it off. Capable, certainly, of shutting it down. He will.
Fair play to Aerial, might as well go for that. Obviously not the smartest move, but he wanted the ace, and you've got to respect it. He did fantastic work, and he deserved the crack at it. So he will go down, Simple gets him. But he will not be winning this round as the timer expires. Aerial does it all. 4 kills towards short. Really calm play, like an absolute turret towards that position. He manages to mow them all down, no problem at all. We're going to round number 4 here. Orb still in the hands of Alu. This time he has armor. Here's the replay. There's fantastic work from Aerial here. M4A1S with a higher rate of fire. Great in these close range encounters. Only has 20 bullets in each clip, but you can see he manages that very well. Simple the AWP as NaVi invests into the round. They've got plenty of cash here, looking to do some damage through the door, just focusing towards middle, just in case Alu takes a peek. He's one of the few AWPers that will challenge towards T-spawn. This round he'll be holding towards short. Going for the boost by the looks of things here, towards lower and spot out towards short.
No boost. I was going to say, just no boost on the other side. Alu could still spot that though with the AWP.
Very slow default. Flashes over towards long though. No CT presence there whatsoever. So that's valuable real estate picked up from NaVi. They didn't cost them much. They still have the majority of their smokes, their flashes. They only had to use 2 there to get out. Now ideally, when they have long control, you want to get your AWP in towards that pit position. Then you go back and start pinching the A site and see what can be done. So Simple now is going to be left towards long.
Alu's swinging. He still wants to cover the cross at long. Smoke deep. They flashed Alexi to peek, and he didn't spawn anyone. So sure. Simple's there, but the fact that they've double stacked up on Cat and there's so much presence inside of middle, Electronic even makes the slightest of wrong steps. Oh, he made a perfect one. He would have been caught off. Alu overcommitted. He'll burn alive. Flamey, he'd put it behind them. He was trying to force the issue, force them out so that they couldn't retreat, and it works out to perfection. Sergey will suffer a similar fate. In fact, Flamey gets X7. He's got a 3rd in the round, and Alexi's left cowering inside of CT.
Really nice round there from NaVi. Couldn't have gone better for them. Really textbook stuff. It's now a 4 versus 1. They know who the last player is. They'll go for the plan, but they're going to go for blood here as well. Zeus will confirm it. It's going to be another round on the board for NaVi. They go 3-1 here and they reset the economy of ENCE. Map2 in this best of 3. Dust2. The pick of NaVi. And now at this point, the Finns don't have much to invest with here. They are going to force it though, however. P250s, 5.7s, and MP9, there'd be double eco, so they might as well see what they can do with this. Everyone going to buy what they can. Alu saved himself $1,400 just to make sure he has that all potential going forward.
Deep smoke, suggestive of a push through. It is going to be. They're going to go aggressive on tunnels. They want to try and pinch both NaVi players in, but Electronic, he was well aware of it. Didn't quite find the 3rd kill, but Simple called the smoke was down, and they were absolutely ready for it. Edwards ready for Aerial to be standing in the open, trying to get close proximity with pistol. Alu Backing away, around looks to be gone the way of NaVi. Remember, they were 7-2 up at a point on Train as well. But it was the rounds that were close, so close that as soon as the economy was broken, the half came right back to 8-7. So ENCE was very good at managing the nerves and the game, all while losing and falling similar to how they are now.
Full eco for ENCE. That force spy did absolutely nothing for them. NaVi look very comfortable right now. And this round's another gimme too. Will ENCE rush middle again? I'm not so sure. They've got one smoke. They'll throw those towards the mid doors, maybe go for a B stack here. That's a viable approach. You're just hoping that NaVi go for a rush B or a mid split, and you'll have 5 players in there. Now, with that smoke down towards mid doors, they won't have information this has happened, but you're not going to be rushing in these sort of rounds. You just want to hold up on your defaults, exactly like they are right now. Good call from NaVi. They've confirmed long is clear. There's no grenades at the start towards long. You can bank on the fact that you could walk out and probably be safe in this sort of situation. They've got long control. They don't have to go towards B now at all. You can see how tight that choke point is towards the B tunnels. Don't want to go near that at all. 4 of them towards car as well. I like that.
Yeah. A 4-seater saloon. Alexei wants to be the bait for that. But so far, it's not compelling because they've gone over toward A instead. Zeus is clearing and calling that no one is around. And it'll be around again, so 5-1. The problem this time, there's no investment on the ENCE side. Doesn't matter if they save or die. It does give away a little bit of money, but more importantly, if they don't find kills, NaVi, unlike last game, will get around where they actually build up a bit of a buffer.
And so push towards T-spawn. Bomb down, round guaranteed now for NaVi. They're looking to steal away some rifles here, but Edward, not the cleanest of kills, but that's much better. Okay, it looks quite delicious towards the end, in fact. They'll get 3 of them, and then Zeus to try and close things out up against the USP. Only giving 1 frag away. They deny any weapons for the next round for ENCE, but they'll have to buy their own. Allo can afford the AWP and some Kevlar and a bit of basic utility as well. 5-1 down. CT side becoming a little bit rough for them here. It's ENCE that looks so calculated on Train. Their CT side was actually really fun to watch. Great map control, nice pushes, bullying NaVi to stay out of the key choke points. Can they do the same on Dust2? Simple will jump down. Head towards Sopper middle. Actually looking to go back into that fast-paced gameplay, perhaps, as it'll be Electronic to run through the mid doors, as the CTs this time will have control of long.
Good check for the close angle. Gives them a bit more comfort to work catwalk. Alu. The drops spot. We've seen this go a number of ways this weekend. Fallen was overcommitted and caught off in 1 round. You see the power of it. Even Alu, he doesn't hit the shot. He's able to fall away, but the wall protects him so much that he only goes down to 92 HP despite 2 AK shots hitting him.
Well, that's short control now for NaVi. That allows them to execute towards A, if they so wish. But they're heading back towards middle. At least the smoke towards spawn will push Alu away from the A side. He has to focus towards the mid.
Quick shot flashed off. And now they go aggressive. 3 over toward B. The one time they want to try and split mid.
It's looking good in terms of the CT setup here. The orb towards window, and then he got Sergey towards the scaffolding. It looks so good, but Sergey can still recover this. Doesn't go for the trigger discipline. Finds that first frag, but I don't think he gets much more out of this. He finds a headshot on Zeus. There's no trade potential. It's up to Simple now to hit the shot, and he absolutely will. 3 versus 2, and they have B bomb side control.
And Simple has that smoke. It's gone. Flash out. Alexei, he knows he's trapped in. Simple's just watching it. Looks away at the exact moment he comes out, but take heart, sweetheart. Because Simple will take it from you, and he goes down. Ariel's left with nothing to do. He's got a 1-on-3, and he'll just sit at the top of mid. Let this one go.
It's going to be 6-1. That's guaranteed at this stage. It was looking so good in terms of the setup for the CT. So you got Allo warping towards the window. You got Ariel towards the scaffolding. It looked like a nice setup there, but if Allo goes down quickly with no frags, it turns around very quickly. And Sergey got 2, but it wasn't quite enough there. The bomb's going to go off, and it will be 6-1 now on the T side as they rack up a massive amount of cash. Zeus has $13,000. Simple and Edward both with 11k as well, and it's another eco for ENCE. Agonizing now for them. Can't really justify a force buy here. Need the cash in the next round. That was the opening kill. They're managing everything. That was the one that really sealed the deal there to shut down Sergey. LexiB trapped in the corner. Nothing could be done. You're seeing Simple really come into his own now. He wants another shot at the grand final.
Alu didn't even see him walking in. That was quite impressive. As always from Simple, he seems to do that time and time again. But you're right, he wants the major win. He's never won one. Despite being one of the most recurring teams in the finals. 3 times they've been there. It's to be a 4th. That's the goal. ENCE is standing in their way and doing a fine job of it. And they'll get in the way of Flamey this time. They won't do so in the fashion that allows his AWP to hit the shot, however. Just a bit of utility to force him back down the cave. Sergey spots the hand, but that's not an easy shot with his scout, and more so against the wall, but certainly knows there's presence on the other side of the doors. He looks for it, but can't find. Interesting tactic, though. Molotov already down. If Sergey can bait them in, there's a chance that they get the pistol behind the door firing, but it's Electronic and Simple already on catwalk that have cleared the other side of the aggression. Edward on 10k, Simple on 11. This is a bit different than Train now because they've got a buffer. Massive one, there's the bait. At this point, all for naught, however. Flamey going down, it gives them 1 AK to work with to go along with Alu's M4, but that's removed by Edward, and he might get both because Alexi's standing at elevator, unaware that he was so susceptible. It's now 7 for NaVi.
Running away with this first half. ENCE haven't had much of a reply so far. The frags aren't coming in for them. Alu 0 and 8 on Dust2. A staple of his career, this map. He's had so many massive moments. As famously on NIP. Can't really sink his teeth in just yet. And that might rattle his confidence going forward. He might want to take the picks he usually does. We'll see. There he is right at the bottom. Simple yet to die, however. So it's Alu 0 and 8 and Simple 8-0.
Talk about that for an off battle, because Alu was certainly taking it in the last map quite impressively. Flashes will take away Electronic this time. Clearly spotted was Alexis as he threw out the nade. Zeus around the corner again, double flashed. Caught off entirely. They can't really address the issue on the other side though, because Alexi's already fallen so far off of it and was partially blinded himself. Oh, Flamey.
It's that same sort of approach we saw from NaVi on Train. As soon as they lose a pick, they're trying to get one back in response, but they choose the worst choke points to do it. Walking into B with no grenades or anything is a problem.
Seventh's being clever here, but this could catch him off as well. He's gonna get Zeus easily, but there's 2 more. Ooh, smoke would be, oh, brilliant. Now he not only does he have the option to fall back, but he gives Sergey time to get in. They've held off the tunnels.
One thing ENCE are very good at is reacting to their advantages. They know when they have good control of the map, they drop their smokes, they run the timer down, and finally they've got a chance to show us how good they are in that department. As once they get those kills, they push in towards upper B. After detecting Flamey, they know his presence towards long as well. It's a good chance to tunnel or clear. X7, great positioning, gets that first, drops the smoke, that's round done. They can still come back and win this half. So sure, it looks scary right now, but they keep all 5 alive here. That would be fantastic for them. They still have control of the B tunnels. It's Simple Flash and Edwards. Trying to just pull back some frags in their favor at this point. Might be able to get this one. A little bit of damage done towards X7, but Edwards got the kill now.
Pushes through, that brings it back slightly closer, but with 17 seconds, this isn't about the round at this point in time.
Well, they've got tons of money on the NaVi side.
That's the interesting thing, so they can justify chasing down ENCE and taking guns out of their hands more so than saving. But they are still saving. That's kind of funny. $14,000 for Simple, and he still has the op held out at T-spawn.
He's just trying to deny them getting a double AWP set up, essentially. So he doesn't want to be the one hunting here. Yes, he can buy an AWP next round, but he actually helps the CTs out if he dies there. So good decision. He doesn't need the extra cash. 14,000 is absolutely fine. The max you can possibly have is 16K. It's round 10 now. ENCE will try and hold on to the cash they have. Another reset would still be disastrous. They need to start racking some rounds together. As we get into round number 10 here, Simple yet to get a kill for the door. Not going to happen this round either, it seems. Alu hasn't challenged him at all. He's still on 0 and 8. As the flashes come in, they're going to try and challenge long again. No T presence there at all. They're actually getting ready for a B contact play. They're waiting for this Molotov to go down and actually just run into the side, dry, and hit the first headshot.
Wow, okay, Zeus. Takes flame damage, finds 2 burns to a point where X7's nade gets him from the grave, but it's fine. Bomb down, sight achieved, and this will be the reset against ENCE. Important that they got 4 alive last time, but they have to keep 3 up this time as well. All of these guys at long have to stay living.
And that's why we see double orb setup so prevalent on Dust2. It shuts down that sort of approach quite nicely. ENCE don't really run the double orb that much, but if they had one in B then, towards the window, for example, they'd be ready for that play. They have an orb established, you can then have more presence towards middle or short. You get a couple of kills with your full back. That's a very nice call there from NaVi. Just to throw a span in the works and have a nice, clean round where everyone goes in together. They managed to get the opening kills, with Zeus getting both of those as well. Just to note, the only player they lost was him due to the nade thrown by the second player he killed. It is going to be 8-2. It is the reset, but I guess luckily, if you want to look at it like that, ENCE decide to save and they'll have 3 weapons up. They can drop a couple of rifles here, but it's far from ideal. Will they take the time out here? I think maybe one's required. The fact your AWP is having no impact whatsoever suggests that things aren't going quite right. In a map like Dust2, well, you're likely to see all the AWPers finding plenty of frags. This is brilliant. The fact that Zeus went before, the flames went down as well. He caught the CT's grenade in their hands. They're just recovering from the fact they wanted to throw some smokes down, delay the T's even longer. They weren't expecting him to run through the flames like that.
Ariel already pushing out toward the pit. He'll hold it off. No aggression this time from NaVi, and it's back over toward B again. So despite not being here really at all in the first 8 rounds, the last 2, they've given it some attention, given it some thought. And again, the AWP is not there.
Same play again.
Repetition. Flash was clever. It was a change to try and hold them off. Sergey only gets 1. Rotation, first one, Alexib. He's already got a flash in. That holds them off just a little bit, but Smokes on the cross. Does he dare? Does he dare? He's going to! He gets in, but Electronic shuts him down immediately. And that should be the round again, because once more, Alu and Ariel are falling off.
Ariel and Alu. Nothing to do with this round, I'm afraid, and that's great from NaVi. You won't see many teams actually go that sort of approach, saying, well, we did that tactic previously, why don't we do it again? It was so perfect before. But they know they haven't got that double orb set up, so why not? Just keep pushing it. And they're finding the shots that really count. This time it's Flamey with the double upon entry. You won't see them go with the double orb on the T side, however, but Electronic, well, finally coming into his own. He will take down everyone in his path, and it's ENCE down to $2,000 per player once again. This map is slipping out of their favor completely. They might not have to say much at all here in the first half, as here it comes. So perfect with the shots as well. Nice control towards Sergey. He was on there for a couple of kills. The perfect position for it. Alu 0 and 9 and only $2,000 to his name. He certainly is slowed down. Again for the mid-rush again with the USBs.
I guess might as well try it. Simple tagged up. He has an AK this time though, so he should be able to just mow them down. He finds 3. It's good enough. That's information enough. He knows the other 2 are in mid. Just keep going, boys. Finish the job. Zeus and Electronic will do exactly that. 10-2.
They'll buy again. Still not ideal. Alu can get the AWP, no armor. Electronic has the best spawn possible for long. I think he'll be thrown over the AWP and he'll go for it. So let's keep the camera on him for now and see if he can open things up. Dust2 is all about the spawns. And just to note, ENCE got the double orb set up for the first time to try and counter that B play. They have to get an AWP in that B bomb site now. It's the only way you're going to shut down those contact plays.
7 goes over. Flamey's actually already wide on the mark, by the way, as Electronic is forced off. So a bit of contact between the 2 on B. Shuffling guns. There's money no matter what at this point for NaVi till the end of the half. For ENCE, that's a debate. Entirely will be the result of this round and the next. I think everyone's touched the op now. Maybe it's good luck.
Yeah.
Blow on the dice. Electronic's gonna go very quickly. Just do the quick check. That's becoming more and more common. Quick flash. Make sure no one's behind the doors. That way you're comfortable getting up on top of the Xbox where Ariel waits. And he's not alone. Both back away, but taking the initiative elsewhere to close in on the doors. They want to lock Catwalk. they can. It's not going to be very good, apparently, because Electronic and Simple already finding kills, and he'll go back. Electronic drops the bomb to watch the flank. Someone's got to go get that bomb, though. They're still just waiting it out for kills. I suppose with 40 seconds, it could get a little awkward if one kill gets away from them, which it now will, but X7 unaware that Flamey was going to be down below, and Zeus shows up. Rounded control, all on Sergey. It's Flamey at least, but bomb's not in his hands this time. It's already gone with Simple toward A. You gotta love it. OHP on Edward, take no chances. Simple Molotov's off CT, even though Sergey was well removed out toward mid doors, just to make sure he couldn't get a peek. Couldn't get there quickly, and again, it's gonna be another save to try and keep the op in play. Edwards, aware of that, starts to go.
Sergey brought up this orb to defend against that contact play. As soon as he does it, they leave the B side alone completely, of course. That is gonna be gut-wrenching for him. And now, they've definitely got the funds to justify hunting in there. He's missed the first shot. That's going to make things awkward. They know exactly where he is, and Zeus nails it with the scope. 11 frags are his name, and 11-2 in favor of NaVi on the T side of Dust2. $3,000 per player. This map feels like it's over, I'm afraid. I'm not really sure what they can do with this now. They haven't turned up to it. NaVi have played a perfect game, changing things up. And that's the thing, like, this is why we don't see Dust2 that often. In this major especially, in the first two stages of the tournament, we barely saw it at all, because if a team gets in the zone like this, so they start running away with the cash, it's very difficult to recover on that CT side. You need the orbs, you need all your utility, and if you're not fragging hard, it can be stifling almost. As the auto sniper's at the play, he'll throw that away, I assume, before the round is over, but for now, holding strong with that weapon you don't see very often at all.
Sergey, spiral stairs, just peeking up to see if there's any headshots available. So far, there's not. If he gets too much further out in the hall, Electronic and Edward are watching it, expecting some sort of push. Zeus needs to be a little bit worried, though, because Sergey spotted out him. Alexi's already pushed in, and they're also attacking from Catwalk, so that's an AK down, but not yet recovered.
Now this is now things get a bit problematic. Why Flamey still has this weapon, I'm not really sure. It's not ideal, and it could actually lead them to a round loss here.
Okay, has been picked up by Sergey. Edward's aware that it's missing, so they know someone's close in the tunnels. Good find. Rifle gone already. Low HP for Alexi, and does he get sprayed? Edward's just gonna wait to get the clean shot rather than try and fire through the door. Probably would have liked the invitation, but Electronic finds his head as he sneaks out. Wanted to catch them off. It won't happen. 3 alive, and just 1 with an MP9 on the CT side.
It was looking a little bit scary for them at one point, but 3 versus 1 now. Alexi B gonna be dropped as well. It's 12-2 on the T side of Dust2. ENCE had a chance there, and the reason we talk about the auto sniper is because you normally just buy that weapon around number 15 or in overtime, and you can do damage through the doors. You do not want that in the mid stages. It is pretty terrible. And they're going to buy them again. This is for the T-Spawn. They want to do damage through the doors and get rid of them. They're walking around the map with these weapons. Something's gone horribly wrong. We're probably going to see a kill at the start map. Let's get the hype ready. If they get it, it's going to be exciting. You can see a lot of bullets head towards middle now.
Oh, wow. Didn't even do any damage.
How? Okay. Well.
That's unbelievable.
Normally you see a kill when 4 auto snipers come out, but okay. No damage at all, apparently.
I really wish that was Neo so we could make the obvious reference.
Sure.
Smoke in, Flamey tries to fire at it. Yeah, they switch back the guns pretty quickly. NaVi, old tactics, but looking to be very comfortably waiting for the second half, and then the third map. Simple fires down. Flamey does get a kill. He's still trying to find it behind the door. Quieter crowd this game for obvious reasons.
Yeah, this one hasn't been as electrifying as the first, unfortunately. But still has a chance to warm up in the second half. ENCE have been very strong with the comebacks. I don't think they have a chance of winning this now, but they can make the scoreline competitive. 5 versus 4, Alu will finish this half. And I think 1 kill and 13 deaths. He didn't get a single AWP frag, he got 1 USP kill. That was it.
And is this the pinch to end the dream, though? That's the question, because they've had comebacks on this stage, but they've never been completely demoralized in a single half, where in which they look so flat. This is where you really have to dig deep.
Yeah, you absolutely do. They'll probably be thinking about Mirage at this stage. 13-2 looks absolutely certain now. It's NaVi who have played a perfect T-side on Dust2 there. Nice calculated defaults, good executions, and also good contact plays as well. They really were bullying the fact that ENCE weren't ready with the double orb setup. They never really had the finances to, and when they finally did adapt, that's when they start going back towards a great fragging potential from NaVi, not so much from ENCE. Can they get back into this in the second half? Well, you're gonna have to find out after this break.
Don't look down, never fade out. And I just wanna be someone and never fall behind again. Just keep on moving on. Never look down, never fade out. Never fade out. And I'll take it, yeah. Reminding myself to just let go. Don't wonder how far I can fall.
Well, the best part of what have happened in that half for ENCE was the part I must have missed, because it's 13-2. I suppose if you really want to clutch at something, you could say the 4 kills for Aerial in the first gun round, but it didn't really go much further than that. And in fact, no one on ENCE has double digits.
I thought at that moment, that's when they'd get on their feet and start showing us what they're made of. Their CT start on train was so fantastic. We were hoping to see more of it. But if anything, it was very, very disappointing. They couldn't get going at all, and NaVi were just toying with them towards the end. Auto snipers and all. And we'll see if they can close out the game with a pistol here. In terms of ENCE's T-set approach, they have 4 players in the B tunnels right now, and Edward really got a pistol ace on train with the USP. This time they're down to 8 HP.
He's weakened considerably, but that brings in Flamey. You want to talk about pistol aces? He got 2 on Inferno, the first player ever to find 2 aces in a single match. And it was on both pistol rounds.
Well, that's going to be the bomb recovered at least, but 2 kills given away. They have 1 flash remaining here, and Simple is ready and lower. Nice shoulder bait from Alexi B to at least keep himself alive. But there's almost no way they can win this. Allo has to do something unbelievable.
Trying to get the headshots toward the ramp. Spotted Electronic, but... Oh, Flamey. Flamey wants to go for more. If he got 5 in 1 pistol round, he wants 6 this time, but he won't, because Edward and Simple get the kills instead, and Flamey will make up for it. He'll find Allo 14-2. This will be ENCE's toughest challenge yet on this stage. It's been rainbows and butterflies, but now it's a bit of a struggle. Even if this game is lost, you have to regroup. You have to pick yourself up backstage and recover immediately, because otherwise this tournament's over.
Yeah, this is where they'll really be tested. You're absolutely right there. They're going to be gutted after this one. Morale's going to be low. They need to remember they've won the first map. Mirage is a decent pick for them, and they can pull this one back, but it's difficult to actually put it into practice. Very easy to say. As we'll see them force by here, they kind of have to now. Can't let it go 15-2. Deagles, couple of scouts as NaVi look to close this out very quickly indeed. Nice shot.
Wow. Absolute precision as he stopped on a dime. Shot on the AUG. Zeus accidentally bumps the smoke, so it won't cover the door completely. Flamey's aware of it and tries to go back out. They're going to be trying to sneak through the edge of that smoke, and rightfully so. Alexi takes advantage of the incidental body block, shall we say, from Zeus to punish him.
Do have a slight chance here now. They have smoke to get themselves towards the site, but here's Simple. He's got the scouts on the A-bomb site here. Smoke will be deployed towards CT spawn. If he hits one of these shots, they might be absolutely done for here. He won't, so they have a fighting chance with Electronic. The key rifle is for NaVi, only good for one. Takes area down to 2 HP. 3 versus 2 now as the bomb's planted.
Alu swings back across, takes advantage of the smoke, wants to separate himself from the bomb and use that range to his advantage. Aerial is low HP, but he's sacrificial. All he's serving to do is make sure no one's going to sneak through long and catch off Alu, but as we can tell, response from ENCE to win out second round means save already for Edward and Flamey. So they'll keep this game alive. I think this would even, if they could pull this back, would even beat that against Team Liquid on Inferno.
That definitely would be.
Just going to say it now so we can look back on this if it happens.
Just in case.
Just in case.
There's always a chance.
Otherwise, just forget I ever said that.
Well, we'll see. Next round will be telling, absolutely. I'm not sure whether NaVi will buy into it. They have got 2 orcs saved. They work from Aerial. Like we said, I don't think they can win the map, but if they can at least bring it back to a reasonable scoreline, that would be worth it. Simple looking a little bit frustrated there, missing a couple of scout shots. Just 1 kill would have been enough, I think, to win the round, but fortunately for him, it doesn't work out. And they're going to force buy. Interesting. He did have 2 orgs, so I suppose it's worth it, but this massive scoreline, you might just be better off waiting for a chance to close it out. But here we go. Mid-picks coming in. No damage done just yet. Simple. Dangerously close to his target as he goes in for seconds. Still no damage done, and he'll fall back.
Aerial just waiting patiently to get back through the door as well. Flamey spots out 1 shoulder damage done to Sergey, who got away from the AUG. Keep that in mind as well. You save 2 AUGs. You don't have a lot of utility. The AUG's gonna allow you to hold angles you previously couldn't, so it does offset some of that slightly.
Very powerful weapon. Round 18 and mid-control established for ENCE. Edward aware of that, flashes through for his teammate Flamey. He goes through the smoke and spawn. It leads to his demise though. That's the opening pick now for ENCE, but Aerial and Sergey have been tagged. And Edward will answer back. This time it's ENCE who give up the frag for 3 towards B. Nice work for Alexi though. Wall bang through the door, but Simple's here.
There, but he's not now. Sergey's got him down. Edward's picked up the other AUG though, and he still holds the door. Zeus is struck immediately from Catwalk, and it's onto Aerial. He's alone in the B site for now. He's not aware of it, and he's going to take his time because he knows the rotation's going to go toward the window. In fact, Zeus goes back up Catwalk. They aren't convinced that he's over toward B. So the AUG finds 3 in the hands of Edward, and he was not one of the ones originally holding it, so good rotation. Aerial, though, wants to go straight on with him. Looks at it, finds the headshot. AK still prevails.
Oh, here we go then. Zeus has won plenty of clutches here today, especially on train. He has the advantage. Aerial's an 18 HP, but the Molotov down will buy him some time. He's trying to cross over. Zeus doesn't see him. It's the incandescence of the flames that keeps him alive there. And does he know he's crossed over? Seems to have a hunch at least. He has a Molotov, can use that towards the back of the bomb site. He's running out of time though.
Just over top of the box. Time not a factor anymore. He's got a kid, he's on it. It's 15-3. NaVi's 1 round away from tying this series. We go to Mirage next, just to note. That'll be a bit more explosive, I have a feeling. This one was a bit underwhelming, but Alu, we can big him up as much as we want. Hasn't really been firing In fact, at all, he's got 1 kill, 15 deaths, but if he turns things around on Mirage, we've got a game.
Well, remember what he did on Train as well. He's not like he's having a bad day today, it's a bad map. And with a scoreline like this, you're just going to forget about it and move on. You've already got a map under your belt. It's the 3rd map. You had to win 2 anyway. And they'll buy up what they can. It's actually not too bad. They have the 3 AKs, Scout and UMP. But at this point, just waiting for NaVi to close it out. It's going to be X7 with the opening frag, though. Nice position, but Electronic with a better shot. He'll go down to 23 HP. It somehow wins the duel at range of the FAMAS.
Yeah, you don't see that every day. FAMAS is the least used of the rifles on the CT side now, certainly. Simple, flaming. Aerial, gone. Alu, the only one left, 1 on 4. Pack it up. Ship it to Mirage. And again, this is where the challenge is for ENCE. It's not what happens in the server right now, it's what happens outside of it between the maps. Because they've got to regroup. 16-3, NaVi back on level footing. And they send an absolute warning shot for map 3.
We talked about how calm ENCE looked on Train. That's because obviously things are going in their favor. They were competitive on the map. They looked rock solid. They come into this one and they've been stunned. They weren't expecting this response coming in from NaVi, and what a response it is. It's NaVi with perfect T-side there, looking very, very confident, and it bodes well for them making it to the grand final. It's Mirage next though, Matt, and everyone plays that map, but right now NaVi have the edge.
Certainly do. And again, is this the pinch that ends the dream? Can ENCE recover at all? Aerial, the only one that made double digits, hit 13 kills in the end. No one else got anything rolling. NaVi had them beat at every single position. Simple ends with 18, and that's exactly what you want from him. We'll take a break again, join the analysts. But it's all to play for. It's not done yet for ENCE.